In this video, I'll look at yesterday's games in depth to see where the momentum now lies in the final few months of the season. As well as that, I'll also look at the table as it stands, along with the fixtures for all three teams going forward before the split. So I'm going to start with that game at Rugby Park, Celtic 3, Kilmarnock 2. After a disaster first half performance from Celtic, they made the changes at half time and won 3-2. Now, that first half performance was not up to scratch. Very poor. So many individual errors and just costing the team in key moments. Kasper Schmeichel for the second goal, per the way he's diving for it with his wrong hand and stuff like that. Just not going to plan for Celtic whatsoever. But Martin O'Neill changed the team. Yang, Hatate, Adamu all came off at half-time, making way for Sebastian Tinekti, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Cavan Shara. Three men that made a massive impact, and if it wasn't for them three men coming on, Celtic would not have won this game. No question about it. Them three changes changed the game. Tinekti's goal on the 56th minute outside the box into the top corner was that little bit of magic that Celtic were after, and if it wasn't for that, Celtic wouldn't have got back into the game, because even though they ramped up the pressure somewhat, the chances weren't necessarily coming as much as they'd have wanted. So that goal brought the team to light. The away support was superb throughout the first and the second half, cheering the team on behind that goal where Celtic were shooting in the second half. 8 minutes after Tinekti got his goal, Benjamin Negron popped up with one of his own to get the equaliser in the 64th minute, netting for the 16th time this season, and no question about it, if it wasn't for him, Celtic would not be in this title race. 16 goals this season is a massive amount. A player that does not look great when he's on the ball, he always knows where the goal is, and he has that eye for goal, and that's what Celtic need when they don't really have a clear first choice striker yet. Negron can pop up with a goal when they need one. And then the man of the moment, Julian Araujo, came up big for Celtic in the 97th minute with only around 30 seconds left of additional time. Cavan Shara got the ball in from the throw and he won it. He took it to the byline, put it back into the box, and Julian Araujo was there to put it into the right hand corner of the net. And the celebrations and the scenes after that were magnificent. The Celtic support right behind the team. Julian Araujo jumping into the crowd with the Celtic fans. The players followed him after, and it was great scenes. And it's really a moment that hopefully can unite this team and the fans together with the grit and determination that they've been showing over the past few weeks. Despite Celtic getting this win, there were still flaws in the performance. After it went 2-2, Kilmarnock hit the crossbar through John Jules, a free kick at the edge of the box. Kasper Schmeichel thought he had it covered until it rattled off the bar. So there was definitely moments in this game where Kilmarnock could have won the game if they took their chances, breaking through the lines. Austin Trusty looking a bit shaky, maybe due to the AstroTurf pitch, but all in all, Celtic got the 3 points, and at this stage of the season, at this season of all seasons, that is all that matters for them. Now taking a look at the game that quickly followed at half 4, Rangers v Hearts at Ibrox. Hearts started this game very well, Leonard getting the goal 16 minutes into the game, but Steinvender let in a massive mistake on the 19th minute, crashing the ball into his own net. Not ideal, only 3 minutes after taking the lead. Hearts, ideally for them, would have wanted to hold on to the lead, and Rangers' pressure may have slightly decreased as they lost confidence, but that goal brought them right back into the game immediately, until Claudio Braga does what he's been doing all season and scores again on the 30th minute, putting Hearts up 2-1, making them an absolute dreamland at Ibrox again for the second time this season, until Trimiti got in the action. 2-2 right before half-time, giving Rangers the momentum going into the half-time break, and that clearly showed in the second half. Hearts were very poor as I've seen them play against Celtic or Rangers this season. They just looked out of it. Their grit, their passion just seemed to leave. Maybe it's tired legs at this stage of the season, it could have been, or Rangers' performance might have just ramped up. 4-2 when Trimiti getting 2 more goals, sealing the hat-trick, the first hat-trick from a Portuguese player in the Scottish Premiership since Georgie Cadet back in 1998 for Celtic. As a Celtic fan, looking at that game at Ibrox yesterday, I was hoping for a draw. I didn't want Hearts to get ahead too far, or I didn't want Rangers to get the momentum, but at the end of the day, all that really mattered for Celtic yesterday was to get the win, And here's how the Scottish Premiership table is sitting after them results. Hearts in first on 57 points, Rangers in second with 55, and Celtic with a game less on 54 points. With that game in hand taking place away to Aberdeen in a number of weeks' time, winning that would put them level with Hearts on 57 points as it stands. But something I'd like to look at from this table is Motherwell, who also have a game in hand on Rangers and Hearts on 47 points. Winning that would leave them on 50 points, only 5 behind Rangers and 7 behind Hearts. Now I feel they're just a little bit too far out of the title race, but they're definitely not too far to have a massive say in where the title goes at the end of the year. The split coming up at the end of April. Celtic, Rangers and Hearts all will have to play Motherwell at some stage. They'll have a massive say on where the title goes without a doubt. I feel their style of play is very impressive, if not the best football in the league. The possession based football, just so many shots, and the control they have in the game, especially at Fir Park, is really remarkable. And this magical season for them can't be forgotten. Only 3 defeats all season. Look at Celtic, they've had 6. Motherwell only having 3. They've only conceded 18 goals this season, which is just, again, fantastic, and fair play to them. If it wasn't for Hearts doing so well, Motherwell would be getting so much plaudits right now. As it is just so close at the top of the table, the fixtures leading up to the split will have a massive say on where the title will be going come the end of the season. Starting now with Hearts, I feel on paper they have the easiest out of the 3 teams' fixtures, with 4 out of the 6 games being at home against the likes of Falkirk, Aberdeen, Dundee and Motherwell on the 11th April, being somewhat the hardest game, I would say, on paper. Rangers, Livingston away next weekend, a routine win you'd expect for them until the weekend after. Celtic in the Glasgow Derby, the 1st of March. What a massive game that is. I don't think it's a title defining game, but I still feel psychologically whoever wins that game will be coming out of it with a massive boost and energy into the next few weeks of the season. Then they have away to St Mirren, Paisley, tough place to go, home to Aberdeen, who can always throw up a good result against them, home to Dundee United, and away to Falkirk, where they've already drew this season in what was Russell Martin's final game of his Rangers managerial career. Turning attention to Celtic now, they've 7 games to play instead of 6 with that game in hand against Aberdeen. Some big games, Hibs at home, Rangers away, which I just touched on, Aberdeen away up at Pittodrie, never an easy place to go, even though Aberdeen are on poor form, still without a manager. Then Motherwell at home. Hopefully they can replicate that win at the start of the season with Dyson Maeda's 92nd minute winner to claim all 3 points against Motherwell there. Dundee United away, travelling to Dundee again to play Dundee away just 2 weeks after, and then St Mirren at home. So some big games, all really must-win games, I would say, at this stage of the season. You can't really say where Hearts are going to drop points, or where Rangers are going to drop points, or where Celtic are going to drop points. It's all just going to be game by game until the end of the season. I think there's some key elements for all 3 teams going into the final couple months of the season. For Hearts, their injuries. Will they be able to get Lawrence Shanklin back up to full fitness? Cammy Devlin to come back as well. 2 key men that they've relied on so many times this season, and they've missed in the past couple of weeks. There's no denying that. Losing to St Mirren away, losing yesterday to Rangers, they need to get them back to full fitness. For Rangers, it'll be about adapting their new players into their squad. Nadarni from Hansa Rostock, Chukwuarni from Sturm Graz, and Stov Olsen from Wolfsburg, who's on loan for 6 months. For Celtic, it will be about, can they keep this up? All these late winners, that's 7 times this season. They've scored a winner after the 85th minute in the Scottish Premiership with 7 different scores. McCowan, Iheanacho, Maeda, to name a few, yesterday even, Araujo. So can Celtic keep this up? Or will they have to start putting in stronger performances throughout the 90 minutes to get the 3 points? So that is all from me in this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below who you think is going to win the Scottish Premiership. And until the next video, see you later. Hail, hail.